Oh, 2013, the year that was never meant to be, according to the Mayans that is. But hey, we got there, and we're almost in 2014. Hey everybody, it's Wade here. Now please join me as I take a look back at the year that was. From big events around the world to right here in Australia. Looking at entertainment, sports and media, it's all here, so let's get started. First up, let's look back at some of the big events that have happened around the world. On the 28th of February, Pope Benedict XVI, the leader of the Catholic Church, resigned his papacy and became the first pope since 1415 to do so.
Qua propter bene consus pontis huius actus plena libertate declaro, me ministerio episcopi Romae, successore Sancti Petri. Now
traditionally, the person who holds this holy role dies in office. He must have been thinking, you know what, screw this crap, I'm not doing this till I die. I have better things to do. Almost 2 weeks later, after much debate, a new pope is elected by the world's cardinals.
Election of a new pope, the first ever from the Americas, the first Jesuit. He will be known as Pope Francis, the cardinal from Argentina. Tonight, his debut to the world, beginning with an act of humility. The reaction from Rome, from Latin America, from around the world and across the United States. And the job ahead for this 76-year-old man after an extraordinary day in the Catholic Church.
And all hail Pope Francis, the first Latin American pontiff. On the 15th of April, 2 bomb blasts occur during the annual Boston Marathon in the US.
Terror returns to the streets of America.
And we will find out.
It has claimed the lives of 3 people, whilst injuring an estimated 264 others. The 2nd of June marks the 60th anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II's coronation. Okay, basically what that means is she's been queen longer than any of us can remember. She also is currently the 2nd longest reigning British monarch in history, behind Queen Victoria, who reigned for a total of 63 years and 7 months. This also makes Prince Charles the longest monarch in waiting. Continuing on from the British royal family, Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, gave birth to Prince George Alexander Louis on the 22nd of July. Prince George will be 3rd in line to the British royal throne. Moving along, Typhoon Haiyan devastates the islands of the Philippines, claiming almost 6,000 lives from its catastrophic winds and torrential rains. This is the nation's worst natural disaster since September 1881. 2013 in Australian television was a big year for the reality shows. From The Voice, X Factor, Australia's Got Talent, The Block, Big Brother, My Kitchen Rules, and Dancing with the Stars all dominating in the television ratings, with MasterChef and The Biggest Loser not cutting it this year. The top reality show award, however, goes to My Kitchen Rules, the winner revealed, which scored over 3 million viewers. This was also the year's top ratings television program. Now, just a quick review of the winners of these shows, just in case you've forgotten.
Oh my god.
I love you.
You're annoying.
You must be so proud.
We have a winner! Dan and Steph are the My Kitchen Rules champions for 2013.
The winner of The Voice 2013 is Harrison Crowe!
Going, it's sold. Congratulations on your purchase.
The winner of the X Factor 2013 is Dummy In!
The winner
of Big Brother 2013 is Tim! The winner of Australia's Got Talent for 2013 is Uncle Jack!
The winner of Dancing with the Stars for 2013 is Cosentino and Jess.
And as most of you probably know, I love news. This year in Australian television news, 9 News reclaimed the title of Australia's most watched news service, winning the 3 larger markets of Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane, which in turn gave them a national win over 7 and 10 News. In Adelaide and Perth, however, 7 News reigned supreme. The last time 9 News had won nationally was in 2005.
Australia's leading news and current affairs network, Channel 9.
A current affair
On a current affair, Australia's #1.
also took over Today Tonight in the nightly current affairs battle, also winning in Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane, giving them a national win also. This marks their first win since 2004. Adelaide and Perth, however, is a different story, where Today Tonight reigns supreme. The Nine Entertainment Company, the parent company of Channel 9, gained ownership of the Adelaide and Perth stations this year, having been sold them by Win Corporation, which is a regional network. This gave Channel 9 a truly national network for the first time ever. Together with the stations in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Darwin, Adelaide, Perth and in Newcastle, the 9 network is Australia's largest commercial television network in terms of population reach. Channel 10 this year relaunched its 1980s news brand, 10 Eyewitness News.
This is 10 Eyewitness News with Sandra Sully.
This is 10 Eyewitness News with Sandra Sully.
And as well, they launched a new breakfast show, Wake Up.
From Network 10, this is Wake Up. Now, live from Surf City, Australia, Natasha Belling, Natasha Exelby and James Matheson.
G'day guys and welcome to what is the very first edition of Wake Up. It's exciting, girls.
And new morning show, Studio 10, which haven't been doing so well in their ratings at all. The Logie Awards, Aussie TV's Night of Nights, was held again in Melbourne this year, and Asha Keddy took out the Gold Logie Award.
Asha Keddy.
With former National 9 News Sydney presenter Brian Henderson taking out the Logie's Hall of Fame Award.
Hendo, it's a well-deserved award. Warmest congratulations.
A big congratulations to you, Brian. You raised the bar and we raise our glasses to you.
You've been a constant companion in the homes of Aussies for so many decades.
Well done, Brian. A fitting tribute to a great career.
A well-deserved recognition of your contribution.
Hello, Hendo. Actually, it seems a bit wrong saying that. It feels like it should be Mr. Henderson. Well done and congratulations.
Brian, you've been an inspiration to many of us. Congratulations.
Thank you for all those years of unflappably telling us so.
I think Brian will certainly be remembered for telling it the way it is.
I can only finish by saying the way it is this Sunday, the 7th of April. I'm Brian Henderson. Good night.
2013 was a big year in Australian politics as well, having 3 Prime Ministers. Julia Gillard was overthrown by Kevin Rudd.
Kevin Rudd has been elected as leader of the Federal Parliamentary Labor Party. I congratulate Mr Rudd on his election.
In a leadership spill in June, and Kevin Rudd in turn was then defeated by Tony Abbott at the September federal election.
I thank you, one and all, for this opportunity to serve as your 26th Prime Minister.
Australia watched the events unfold with Australia's most trusted political correspondent, Laurie Oakes, who has covered
every federal election since 1966. He's seen 13 Prime Ministers come and go, and he'll be there when Australia decides his 14th. No one knows Australian politics like Laurie Oakes. the face of election 2013 on 9.
Now, 7 News has a political correspondent as well. However, I don't think Mark Riley can quite cut it. But I'll let you be the judge of that.
Cabinet submission.
Mark Riley is the reason you hear it first on 7. He's more connected.
Anthony Albanese will be looking for another strong drink this morning, probably a cup of tea and a Bex. 7 News
will bring you the latest every step of the way.
What are they offering that'll make a difference to you?
Get your election news first. September 7th on 9.
Some big events that happened in Australia this year included Queensland being hit by more floods again and bushfires in Tasmania, all in the beginning of the year. And of course, much more recently, the state of New South Wales is set ablaze in October, closing off several major highways. The 2 biggest car manufacturers in Australia, Ford and Holden, both announced this year that they would cease production in this country.
That we will cease our manufacturing operations in October of 2016.
Today we're announcing that Holden will cease manufacturing in Australia by the end of 2017.
Ford announced in May that they would stop manufacturing by the end of 2016, which ends just over 90 years of car manufacturing in Australia. Holden's announcement came earlier this month, with production to stop by the end of 2017, ending over 100 years of Holden being manufactured in Australia.
When one of the biggest announcements in years happened in Adelaide.
Today we're announcing that Holden will cease manufacturing in Australia.
9 News brought it to you live. Elsewhere we're playing a taped English quiz show. That's why you see it first on 9 News, Adelaide's better choice for news.
To sport, the Queensland Maroons win another bloody series of State of Origin. The Hawks win the AFL Grand Final against the Dockers. In the NRL, the Roosters defeat the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. And Mark Winterbottom is King of the Mountain for Ford this year. 2013 was also a year where many known figures from Australia and around the world who took their last breaths. Peter Harvey, who will always be remembered for his signature sign-off,
Peter Harvey, Canberra,
passed away at the age of 68 in March. Chrissy Amphlett, the singer of the Divinals, passes away in April, just aged 53. Barbara Calcott, who was actually a distant relative of mine, but better known as Mrs. Marsh from Colgate commercials, passed away in May, aged 66. Hazel Hawke, the ex-wife of former Prime Minister Bob Hawke, dies aged 83 at Hammondville, New South Wales. Nelson Mandela, the South African anti-apartheid leader and unsung hero of the nation, passes away aged 95 early in December. And Eleanor Parker, the woman who played the Baroness in the 1966 classic The Sound of Music, passes away aged 91, also earlier in December. Anyway, guys, that's a wrap now, and yeah, I've kind of had a bit of a wardrobe change and kind of a beard thing happening, but anyway, here's to 2014. See ya.